O ito mga kadonatics, naalarma na ang palasyo. Bakit? Initially kasi, after the bilateral talk with Donald Trump, ang sabi ng Malacanang, good news na daw yung minus 1% na taripa sa Pilipinas. Pero ngayon mga kadonatics, mukhang naalarma sila kasi yung mga tao at ibang mga mambabatas hindi satisfied sa nangyari. Parang useless na yung pagpunta ni BBM doon. While ang Indonesia at Japan tumawag lang mga kadonatics, binaba agad sa 19% yung taripa nila. At napag-alaman natin mga kadonatics na ang Singapore pala is 10% taripa lang. Kaya nga yung mga journalist dito, sabi nila, bakit ganun daw sa Pilipinas ang taas pa rin ng taripa kahit na long-term allies tayo ng Amerika? At eto mga kadonatics, pakinggan natin yung reply ni Romualdez, yung ambassador sa US ba, yung kapamilya pa rin ni Marcos. Kapatid ata to ni Tambaluslos mga kadonatics.
Speak now with Jose Romualdez. He's ambassador of the Philippines to the United States. Ambassador, thank you so much, for joining us on the show today here in Singapore. I have one question on my mind, Ambassador, and many people I know, my friends, colleagues as well, are asking the very same question about why the Philippines didn't get a better deal considering those long-standing ties, both defense and economics. So I said, wait, we're talking to the ambassador on Friday, so here you are. So why doesn't it seem as though you had a good deal despite all those, ties?
Maririnig natin yung excuses dito mga kadonatics. Tama ka naman talaga yung journalist. Bakit ang taas pa rin ng taripa? Bakit hindi natin mapababaan from 19% to maybe as low as we can? Pero mga kadonatics, eto na alarma sila at makipag-negotiate sila ulit kay Trump mga kadonatics na babaan hanggang sa 15%.
Well, actually, the 19% was based on. Well, actually, the 19% was based on the same percentage that was given to Indonesia, and I think it is also to what's the other country now? I can't. The only one that has a 10% is Singapore, but there are two other countries with 19%, and President Trump said that I can't lower it lower than what I had already given to them. However, it is clear that we can still renegotiate. It was really announced by President Trump at his Truth Social, and we expect to be able to still be able to discuss this. Our trade the head of our trade team will probably be coming back to Washington D.C. to see how we can still manage to lower that. The White House just recently announced that, President Trump announced that the lowest he will go is 15% to any country. So we're still hoping that we will be able to bring down our level of tariff to around the same that figure.
Well, Ambassador, some economists say that the deal was not balanced. How much was achieving, a balanced outcome, the strategy for the Philippines in this deal? How much did broader geopolitical security concerns, like U.S.-China relations, play in how the Philippines approach the negotiations?
Well, I think that the main point here is that President Trump made it clear that the tariffs, he tried to differentiate it from the tariff to whatever the defense relations that we have with the United States. However, we are bringing that in as a matter of fact, because obviously the special relations that we have with the United States on our defense alliance is an important part of this whole equation. However, like I said, it is still not a completely done deal, as pointed out, because we still have time to be able to look into possibilities of bringing it lower. But the more important one is that we will be able to identify some other areas of economic cooperation between the Philippines and the United States.
Ay, nako mga kadonatics. Sa tingin nyo, bababaan pa ng 4% ni Trump mga kadonatics? I don't think it will happen again. Pumunta na nga doon sa BBM mga kadonatics at the only thing that he could throw to the guest mga kadonatics is 1%. And what makes you think na itong mga ambassador mga kadonatics would make any difference? Ay nako, for me talaga walang special relationship yung Amerika at saka Pilipinas. That is out of the equation. Ang sabi talaga ni Trump mga kadonatics sa bilateral meeting nila na si Tatay Digong daw is very hard to negotiate. Sabi niya, the previous administration is very tough to negotiate, but he was a friend of Tatay Digong, mga kadonatics. Trump is a friend of Tatay Digong. But totoo naman talaga, very tough si Tatay Digong. Ayaw niya sa Amerika, mga kadonatics. Kaya nga, pumunta siya sa Russia, sa China, sa Japan, at iba pa, Saudi Arabia. Kaya nga, nakakamiss talaga ang isang Tatay Digong, mga kadonatics. Yung the way siya mag-negotiate. Hindi kagaya nito, 1%? What? Ha? Ho-ho-ho lang si BBM, mga kadonatics. Ha? He could have done better. But nope. Ay, naku naman.
And so, Ambassador, I understand that you're still trying to renegotiate this deal. But could you also help us clarify some of the details that have come out from the most recent deal, the most recent announcement? Because President Trump has recently said on social media that the Philippines will have no tariffs on American goods, while President Marcos later said that the zero tariffs will only be on certain products. So can you tell us what has the Philippines agreed to give in the U.S. at this point?
Well, we've identified several of these items that we have spelled out during the trade talks. And Ambassador Jameson Greer, this was presented to him. And like I said, the details of this deal has not been completely disclosed, and we are still going to be able to go over it and still go one by one on the deals or on the tariffs that will be given to the United States, if there's any, on certain items. Like I said, mostly agricultural products, but this, as mentioned by President Marcos, the automobiles are definitely one item that has already been agreed upon, that we would be importing American cars to the Philippines without any tariff.
Ambassador, so we hear your point about this deal that continues to evolve, but we also know that businesses don't like uncertainty. So can I ask you, are you certain that the evolution is going to be positive, for Filipino businesses and Filipinos alike, both domestically and those who are, I guess, based in the U.S. as well? I mean, I wanna ask you about the comment that's been making the rounds as well. The number doesn't matter. What matters is that it's better or competitive with neighboring countries. Your comments on those particular points?
Well, definitely. We that's precisely why we're gunning for this. But like I said, this particular deal is really more of an announcement made by President Trump, because President Marcos had a very good meeting, as a matter of fact, with him. But we did not really delve too much in the discussion on the trade, or rather on the amount that was going to be given to the Philippines. But like President Marcos said, this is a tariff that's imposed by the United States on all countries. I mean, the number varies, of course. And if you remember, after a lot of trade negotiations that went on with Japan, for instance, now it's down to 15% from 25%. So we see that there's also still room for that type of negotiations, and that's exactly what we're looking at. And hopefully it'll be like we always say, what is good, a good deal is good for both countries, or the parties agree that it's going to be good for that. Otherwise, it will just go one way. And as President Trump said, the letter is clear. If it's 20%, it's 20%. And if you don't want to make a deal, then it remains at 20%. We went into these negotiations with the right intentions, to be able to find ways and means to be able to make it really equitable for both our countries, no matter what the relationship is on the defense side.
And quick thoughts, Ambassador, about how this may affect your economic growth for the Philippines. I will note that the ADB has cut its forecast for this year and next, not by much, but it's still been cut.
Well, our exports if it's in relation to our trade with the United States, our exports to the United States only comprise 16% of our exports. The 86% is into many other countries, and some of our leaders in our country have already said, like other countries are doing right now, they're looking for other markets where they can export their products, which is what we are doing already right now.
Para sa akin talaga, mga kadonatics, tama yung sinabi ni Senator Ping Lacson na maghahanap lang tayo ng ibang bansa na makipag-trade deal, because for this, mga kadonatics, sa Amerika, wala talaga tayong mapapala sa Amerika, mga kadonatics. Now I know that Japan only have 15% and then Singapore 10%, mga kadonatics. Then, maririnig mo sa media mga kadonatics na the Americans have special relationship with the Philippines and so on and so forth. Tapos, ganito lang pala. Hindi man lang mababa mga kadonatics ng at least to 15%. Of course, tama yung sinabi ng retired American soldier mga kadonatics na wala silang pakialam sa Pilipinas. Mas may pakialam sa Singapore, sa Japan, at sa ibang bansa. But Philippines, no. We are only relevant mga kadonatics dahil sa mga EDCA sites na yan. Yung mga military bases nila. Aside from that, no special treatment mga kadonatics.
Yeah, and Ambassador, you did mention that trade is just kind of one part of the whole meeting between President Marcos and President Trump. But we know that the Philippines is facing this delicate balance between, strengthening its defense ties with the U.S., but also addressing domestic economic concerns. So to what extent did security cooperation with the U.S. influence the economic terms of this agreement that we've heard so far and the meeting that we saw between the two leaders?
Well, we have a number of agreements, basically like the defense industrial base. The U.S. Congress had just approved that an ammunition manufacturing facility will be established in the Philippines. That is really actually a commercial. It will create jobs, so that there's an economic component in that agreement that we plan to have with the United States, but it also includes the defense. Similar to what we had with Cerberus at the Subic shipyard, where it's now a definitely useful for our defense part of our relationship with the United States, but it's also a commercial entity. So this is the kind of agreements that we're looking at that will combine both defense and economic. But we made it very clear that whatever it is, economic prosperity for the Philippines means economic security, and it will also mean more resources for us to be able to bump up or to modernize our armed forces.
Ay nako, puro lang mga excuses mga kadonatics. Ang daming magagandang sinasabi mga kadonatics pero hindi mo makikita in reality. Kaya I would not even believe mga kadonatics even a single percent to this administration anymore. Kaya tama talaga yun. Defense treaty lang talaga mayroon tayo mga kadonatics. Aside from that, no more. Comment down below mga kadonatics kung naniniwala pa kayo sa gobyernong ito. Thank you so much and God bless you mga kadonatics. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.